All right, we're back. We're back. As you come in, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We're going to get to it, fellas. We're going to get to it. It's your boy DJ 2K Nitro. I'm here for another one. Here for another one. So make sure you sit back, relax. I got you covered. Let's give these people a few to get up in here so we could cover today's topic. I told you I was gonna come right back. You guys didn't expect it to be this fast, but I said if I don't do this now, I won't do it later on this week because I will be super busy, unfortunately. So we're gonna give y'all a few to get up in here. Hopefully you checked out my last video yesterday. Talk about the simping, man. I'm gonna spend a small smidgen on that, a little longer, than we go into the next topic as I give people time to get up in here. If not, you gotta catch it on replay. But come on, man. And even what I even forgot to mention, you got this guy Yada Jada, some crap like that. Oh my gosh, it's really sad. This man, I don't know if anybody's seen. He's going around saying now the women are the head of the household. He's underlining Mother Nature and what the Most High has already put into place. Like the levels of simping is ridiculous. That's just it's ridiculous. Now you're going that far with it to where you're saying now the women are the heads of the household. Don't get me wrong, women play an important part of the household. I will never undermine that, but everybody in their right mind knows a man is the head of the household. Period. If you, as a man, are in the house with a woman, you're supposed to be the head. It's not supposed to be her as the head. That is some other super radical feminist jargon. I don't know where that man woke up to say something like that. He's not even behind his woman. His woman is not the head of the household. He's the head of the household. He probably make, if not, he make all the money, to my recollection. So it's like, how you gonna tell the people that women are the heads of the household and you don't even abide by that? Makes no sense. Very strange. I just didn't like that. Like some stuff he say, maybe like 90% of it I don't agree with. Maybe 10% is like iffy, but that was just like 100% BS. And those is coming. I'm talking about the Yada Jada thing. I'm saying talking a little bit about the simping stuff that's going on that I just see. I just be like, the levels. You trying to just out simp every man on earth, and it's ridiculous. And of course, the ladies gonna chew it all up, and like we get it, we understand. Some women who make bad choices in men have a shitty life if they go home to that man. But to those that choose correctly, it's bliss, or at least it's not as bad as somebody who choose incorrectly. Life is, but to say that like publicly, I would never come out my face and say women are the heads of the household, and there's like, so women now want to be men. They want to do all the things. They want all the struggle. Okay, some men probably like, here, take it. You want to pay the bills. You want to do this. You want to do that, and I'll stay home and take care of the kids. Some men probably like, okay, here. So you don't even know what he set me, and these women just chewing it up because there's anything that put men down, they gotta just run with it and champion it. Like it's just appalling and sick out there. There's a level of simping I see. I just be like, this is just, and people be sharing it, and it's like commenting it underneath it. Of course, it's women always, but it's just like, and this is the bad programming they get, and then they take those messages and they go out in the world and think that should be tolerated. Go to them other countries with that and see how far that gets, that mentality. Go to the Arab, Middle Eastern countries with that mentality, see how far that gets you. Go any other, but you can only get away with that crap in America, boy. I swear, it can't no other place. But anyway, we're not here about simping. But if you want me to talk about simping again, I'll do a part 2 to that, and I'll go more in depth, and I'll talk about more of that stuff. But today's agenda is, well, before we get to that, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you're coming in. This is your boy DJ 2K Nitro. I'm here to talk about what you should expect when dating a single woman with no kids, or a woman with no kids. What you should expect. What should be expected. I did one before when I talked about women with kids, I'm gonna do one without kids. What you should expect, or what I've experienced, and what you should kind of expect and understand and stuff like that. Okay, so make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that like, so it helps the algorithm. So I come up on people's feeds. So as you come in, make sure you do that for your boy. If you have any questions, I'll try to answer them towards the end. And if not, further ado, we're gonna get started. All right. So single women. Now, before we get started, also, people have preferences. I get it. I respect it. Meaning some people don't mind dealing with people with women with no kids. Some people don't mind dealing with women, only want women without kids, whether they have kids or not. They're just their preferences. Because I'm gonna try to explain why. So most times, men know that a woman has kids. It means a few things. She's obviously sexually active more times than not. Although, yeah, she could be celibate now after whatever amount of kids, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, let's just say hypothetically she's sexually active. She probably doesn't use a lot of like contraceptives or rubbers and things like that. So that's good and bad for some men. And third, she's capable of having kids because she's had one already. So some guys don't mind it, and they maybe have other reasonings. Maybe they have kids already. They want to date somebody or be with somebody that has kids, so it's not like an issue, with that. Versus, because I've had issues with women be like, "Oh, I like you a lot, but you don't have no kids, so I won't date you." So it's happened to me before. It's happened. And it may happen to you, but it's happened to me. It may not have happened to you, but it's happened to me. So that's neither here nor there. But people prefer a single woman with no kids because if you want to build something with this woman, you're building without having to deal with somebody else's child in the picture. And sometimes children from another situation can complicate things, like you and the kid might not get along. You and the baby daddy might not get along. I'm talking from a male perspective. You the baby daddy might not get along. So it could complicate things. The child might not respect you. So it's a lot of variables with that. And then you got to also remember, as a man, you're expected to provide for that child. So this is why I go back to the simplest, the Jada Yada crap. So you're saying when a man gets with a woman with kids and you have kids, the woman's supposed to take care of my kids now? Because she's the head of the household, so she's gonna take care of all of my kids. Now I have 20 kids. She's gonna take care. Get the F out of here. Again, so just saying stupid stuff. Anyway, just to go viral and make money off of the women. Anyway, yes. So there's things, but when you dating single woman with no kids, there's goods and there's bads. The bad first. The bads are, if she's attractive, she's gonna have a lot of men. And she's attractive. Regardless, she's attractive. She's got a lot of men, but she's gonna probably have even more men, and she's gonna be even harder to tie down, to date, to talk to on the phone. This is my experiences and just what I know from guys. Hard to get on the phone, hard to communicate with. A lot of times, especially nowadays, all the feminist stuff going on, they feel they have to, be out there in the workforce and hustling and having 20 jobs. I don't know if you ever, I'm coming from New York, so people up there have a lot of jobs or have to have a lot of jobs because it's so expensive. As you come in, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. It's very expensive. So these women want to be independent a lot of times. They want to be self-sufficient entities. They wasn't programmed to want a man, to need a man, to work as a unit, as a team a lot of times. So they feel obligated, like, oh, I want it all on my own. So they want to drive a nice car. They want all these glamorous things. They want to get it for themselves. So they have two jobs. So you try dating a woman with two jobs and see how much time she has for you, or even sometimes three jobs. Many times I try to talk to women lately with no kids. It's been a struggle, boy. And I say it's never worked out in my favor. Yes, it has, but but either way, lately, dealing with women with kids, no kids, most of the time they're very busy people. They're either in school, they work, they dealing with their friends. They'll come up with all types of situations to make themselves either appear busy or be busy, regardless of what. But at the end of the day, that's whatever. Because if a person really wants to see you, talk to you, they will make time for you. I don't care what nobody says. I'm busy, and I could text somebody back, or I can't always call, but I could always text somebody back and say, hey, I'll talk to you at this time. So you see how busy I've been, because I haven't been able to go live more frequently because I'm busy, but I still found time to do this because I said, let me do this because I know I'm gonna be busy the next few days, and I want to make sure I get this out while it's fresh in my brain and I forget it. But still, the people will try to tell you that they're so busy that they can't do these things, regardless if it's true or not. This is sometimes what they're dealing with, so you got to kind of respect it a little bit because that's not your woman, right? So you can't say, hey, stop working so much. Especially like, for example, you talking to a nurse, they work like a lot too. Nurses, single with no kids, nurses, they work a lot. If you haven't dated a nurse or talked to a nurse, you'll know what I'm talking about. But they have very little time, but at the same time they will have time, but it's just priorities at that point. But that's something you have to take into consideration when dealing with a woman with no kids. Yeah, it's great. They don't have kids and stuff. If you find one that has one job and prioritizes you, it's smooth sailing at that point. It's pretty much what you two determine how far you want it to go, both of y'all, whether you want to continue this or not. If she has a Monday through Friday job and you're free on the weekends, oh, great. It's butter, it's smooth because she don't have no kids, she don't have no baby daddy, she don't have nothing tying her down on the weekends. It's pretty much her weekends are really open for her to date and see you, which is great. She could spend the night. I'm going in kind of the good stuff, but I didn't finish the bad. The bads just also too. You competing with a lot of different people. Potentially, if she's attractive, so you're competing with a lot of men. It's because that makes her even more attractive to men that she has no kids. So you gotta remember that. Now if she has kids, it'll still make, and she's good looking. She still will have suitors, yes, but she probably won't have as much because that's for some reason. I mean, to a guy with no kids, that's more attractive, obviously. But I just think in general, guys prefer women with no kids. Just being real. If there's any women in here, I'm just keeping it real with you. Most men prefer women with no kids for whatever reason that they have. My only reason is I don't have any kids, so I don't want somebody with kids potentially. But we could cover those things as it comes up if it happens. You know what I'm saying? If it happens to be that, if I like her enough, and blah blah blah. But anyway, those are issues you got to deal with. And other thing is potentially because of all the men that or be shooting their shots and trying to get with her and all of that, she might have an ego. So you might have to deal with her ego. So her ego might become a problem. She might not be more entitled. She might want oh, I'm so used to this, I'm so used to that, blah, blah, blah. Her head could be in a cloud somewhere, especially like I said, she's attractive. I personally don't deal with women I'm not attracted to, and I only deal with a certain level of women. I don't deal with, anything. But anyway, uh, yes, she gotta feel that she's entitled to so much because she has all these extra men. So her ego is gonna be huge. So yes, welcome. So her ego is gonna be huge. So you got to deal with that. Now that goes back to kind of simping. I don't think you should be simping for these women. Don't be simping and kissing their butts. And yeah, I get it. You gotta stand out. I get it. But I'm gonna address kind of how you could handle that towards the end of this video. So sit back, relax. We gonna get to that. How you dealing with a woman with no kids that's attractive. Now, if she's not attractive and you still want to deal with her, it's going to be a lot easier because, like I said, she'll make time and she'll prioritize you above a lot of stuff. Anyway, so those are bad things you might have to deal with. There might also be bad that I could think of really is just just priorities. Her prioritization of you might be low because she has so much options. Not even just men, just opportunities and options. So you might get lost in the sauce. She might forget about you. Oh, you might have set something up with her, and she'll forget because she has so much just trying to grab her attention. So she'll just magically forget about whatever plans that y'all had, or she'll go with the highest bidder. So if you're offering to go to Red Lobster and somebody's offering to go to a steak restaurant that's $300 a plate, she gonna go with the $300 a plate. Screw you. And she don't care if she hurts your feelings because, and she don't care if she lose this guy because there'll be another guy around the corner for that girl. So like I said, there's a lot of bad, sometimes bad with those things. So just be prepared for that. As I pause, make sure you liking, make sure you subscribing. I see 30. We got 31 people up in here right now. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't. We're here talking about somewhat my experiences with dating women with no kids, what you should expect, and then how to kind of deal with the things that they'll throw at you. So I'm trying to give y'all some advice. All right. So all right, fellas. So make sure you're paying attention and watching this back. Also, too, a bad, and we're gonna get to the good after this. I'm gonna drop one more bad, and we're gonna get to the good. So another potential bad thing is just that they tend to when they are without kids, right? They're gonna want you to spend more money. You think the ones or just as, yeah, I'm trying to think. Is as much as no? I think it's more money when you're dealing with women with no kids than women with a child, and they get you up front. Let's just say that. Let's say that part. Women with no kids will get you up front. Women with kids will get you on the back end. But I'm gonna explain. Women without kids, especially if they're attractive, gonna want you to invest in them. So they're gonna say, "Oh, give me this, give me that. I want this. Buy me here, take me there," and they're gonna be more. They gotta have opportunities for you to take them places that sometimes the ones without kids with kids can't go. So if you're big on traveling, you're big on going someplace, a lot of times these women will have the time to do it, or they can make the time to do it if it's something really they're interested in experiencing. But that costs this. You know what I'm saying? To stay ahead of the game, if they're if you feel that you want to invest in the game, it's gonna cost this. So be mindful a lot of times. Not all women, not all, but a lot of times when they're without kids and they're attractive, you got to spend a lot more of this, or they expect you to spend a lot more of this because they feel that they can get it. If they don't get it from you, they could get it from the next man. So if you're not willing to spend this, they're gonna get it from somebody else, and because they know that they know how valuable they are to men, being that they have no kids. Oh, nobody shot this club up, or nobody got this, nobody locked me down. So be mindful that this is not all, but this is something you should expect when you go out there and you're dealing with a woman without kids that's attractive. All right, fellas. So now there might be others, but I want to kind of keep this video live going, and I can always come back and do a part two. But we are going to some of the good. So the good. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. This is your boy DJ 2K Nitro. Just make sure you like, comment, subscribe. The good now. The good can be they have time. So we talked about time. So sometimes they can have time, meaning you could see them almost anytime you want. You have almost no restriction depending on their work schedule and whatever else they got going on. You could see them they could spend a night with you without any restrictions. So hey, you're an adult, you got your own place, you got your own spot, whatever. She could spend the night with you now because she ain't got no kids. Or unless sometimes if the kids is old enough, yeah, she could still do it. But it's even easier when she has no kids. She could come spend the night with you, weekend with you. I know women I've dated that have no kids. They come over, they could stay from Friday to Sunday, no problems. Whoop, 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 go home. Like they ain't got to worry about checking on the kids and this and that. It's a lot more easier in that regard. So that's a positive. They're I would say that they don't have no kids. That's always a positive because now if you want to build your own family, you want to start your own family, you can start your own family. You don't have to worry about dealing with somebody else's child. You can start your own family. So that's a plus depending on how you look. If you want to start your own family, go for it. She has no kids, you have no kids, you can start together and go from there. So that's always a plus too. So depends on if you value that. You know what I'm saying? If you don't, it is what it is. But a lot of men prefer. A lot of men that don't have kids prefer to deal with women that don't have kids. So that's always a plus. If you could find them one that's attractive and you get along with and everything else like that, her attitude's in the right place. Now, I did mention ego, but there is no flip positive side to a woman that without kids that has an ego. That's just one of those things you have to kind of understand. You might deal with. One woman right now, as we speak, like very attractive. I know she has no kids, but very hard to get her attention, if not even stand out. But we're gonna address those things. But on the flip side, there is some pluses to dealing with women with no kids. You know what I'm saying? So sexually, if she's, I don't want to say because there's probably no virgins no more. Once a woman hits 15, 16, I lost that thing a long time ago. But at least again, nobody has made a child with her, so that's your kingdom to deal with. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to worry about another man having a seed with her at some point in her life. So that's always a plus. And as the numbers fluctuate, make sure you comment, like, subscribe. This is your boy DJ 2K Nitro. I'm here talking about the pluses and the negatives with dealing with women without kids. I spoke about women with kids in one video. I spoke about simping. Here I am giving a flip side to dating women with kids. So I'm trying to cover all bases. I have a lot more topics to cover over the next whatever amount of time it takes me to get there. So make sure you're liking and commenting on the channel so you can know when I'm going live and check in and pop in and get down with the conversation. But yes, dealing with women with no kids also too, I will say this is gonna be some people might disagree, but I'm gonna say a lot of times they're more in shape. They tend to be more in shape, and because a lot of times ones with the kids, sometimes the baby can have that baby weight that they never lose, so if you like more fit women, they tend to be those that don't have kids, and their bodies won't be as, they won't have the stretch marks and things like that going on. Again, I'm just being real. I'm just telling how it is. I'm not shaming nothing. I'm just saying what to expect. So their body won't be as, if they have no kids, So depending on how you look at it, some men like the stretch mark and everything. Hey, do you, brother? Do you? I'm not here to shame you for what you like, your preferences. But some men don't like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just something to think about when you're dealing with women with no kids. Awesome. But if she has a good head on her shoulder, she's down with leadership, you being a man, her playing her position, working as a team, working as a unit, hey, go for it. I think if you have no kids and she had no kids and you guys like each other, go for it. Great. I want y'all to work it out and build a family and all the best. True that. But now I'm gonna talk about what you could kind of do to combat some issues you might deal with dealing with women, because like I said, if she's attractive, she's gonna have 9 times out of 10, especially if she come from a city environment, country single with no kids versus single in the city is two different types of women. A country woman might deal with you a lot more fairly, meaning they'll call you back, they'll text you back, they'll be open to dating and whatever comes along with it. Women from the city lifestyle, it's hard to get them to do anything that you want to do, unless it's like you're going over the budget. Let's go shopping. Oh yeah, sure. To the city girl. Oh yeah, sure. They be out the door, or buying them something, taking them to an expensive plate at some 5-star restaurant, or let's go on a trip to Hawaii or Bahamas, all expense paid. Oh yeah, sure. They'll be ready to go. But hey, let's go to Starbucks. It's 50-50, maybe even less than that. She'll accept that because, like I said, she gonna have a lot more options to be. That's not even, unless she really, really likes you. She's 9 times out of 10. If she's feminized, she's not gonna go for it. Not saying you shouldn't do that, but I'm saying I'm just giving you the game, what to expect. That's why some dudes prefer women with certain issues because it's a lot easier to deal with. I'm just being real. I'm just being real, being a real. Not saying you should. I'm just telling you why men do because of just the effort that goes into it. Some men don't want to go through the effort, and that's not begrudging them. I'm just giving you the game, just telling you how it is, why people do what they do. That's all I'm telling you, just explaining it. But anyway, um, how do you deal with that? What you should do if you have a woman that no kids, attractive, you see her on the street. I'm talking in person first. You meet her whether you meet the bar, the library, the supermarket, whatever. No kids. You're attracted to her. She's cute. Always, fellas, push for the number. Get that number. I'm not really with the new age Instagram crap. Not really with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really like her, yeah, sure. But I'm gonna warn you, if she's attractive, she gonna have you in that inbox with all the 1,000 people that's trying to get her attention, and you gonna get lost in the sauce, and she'll just forget about you. So I really advise not to do that. Um, what I could also suggest, if that's the only thing that like you really trying to get the number for whatever reason, I mean you could try, but don't overdo it. But if you're vibing and she's vibing, you think that you have a chance, even if you do get the Instagram, see if you can set up an Instagram call. Say, hey, can I call you on Instagram? Because Instagram offers that now. So be like, yo, can I call you on Instagram one time? If you don't feel comfortable, give me your number. Because like I said, if she's attractive, she probably gets so many dudes and she don't know who to trust and think dudes is widows and this and that. See if you could suggest a time where you could call her on the phone and she'll be willing to accept the call. So even if, or right then and there, when are you free? Try to see if you can make a date right then and there if you have the time. Like, yo, like if you meet her on a Saturday, ask her out on a Friday whenever she's off. Friday, Thursday night, Saturday. Hey, let's go out this day. Make plans right then, right now. But even still, get that number. Get the number. Don't really take the Instagram or social media crap because I'm telling you, son, they're gonna just forget about you, and you're gonna be like they oh yeah, I mean guys that oh yeah they go through the ringer with you just so you don't strangle them or attack them. They might not saying you will, but they're gonna feel like you're gonna if they no brush you off or be nasty or rude or whatever, just decline you. You're liable to attack them. So they're gonna sometimes some of them are just nice to get you away. They don't really care about you really seeing you again. So I'm just being honest. Just being honest. I'm not saying it's right, it's wrong. I'm just telling you why women do what they do. Sometimes you think like, oh, she really like me, yo. Oh my gosh. Oh, she's so beautiful. But I got an Instagram, yo. Oh, okay. What's good? She'll seen, no response. You're like, excuse me. You're like, we were just talking. Like, she just forgot about me like that. What you can also do, if that's the only option she gave you really want to talk to her, make sure she inbox you first. So y'all, yo, send me a message, and then so she know it's you, and she remember. Don't forget me. Da 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 da. Whatever you want to say. Hey, it's nice talking to you. Blah blah blah. I'm gonna talk to you this week. I was, say something, and then she'll say she already said something back. So there's already that line because. Like I said too, she's cute. She probably got so many dudes in that inbox, and she'll probably forget you in an instant, boy. A lot of times, not call women stupid, but a lot of times their attention span is so small, boy. I'm telling you. And there's so many dudes, they don't know, they don't forgot who's who. Like, I think I talked to this, and if they especially they drinking, if there's drinks involved, I think I talked to this guy. I really don't remember this guy. I don't remember. So at least if you guys have a exchange somehow, she's more liable to connect back with you. Like, oh, well, we must have said something. So let me see where it goes, and then you might be in there, and then over time, eventually, you'll get the number, and then you could set up a date. Or yeah, hey, like I said, call on an Instagram phone. Hey, yo, can I call you? Can I just call you one day? Like, yo, what's up? I want to like let's talk. Let's like come on. You know what I'm saying? So that these are things that you should do if that's the only thing she gives you as an option to connect with her. And I get it sometimes, ladies, you don't want to give out your numbers because you're fearful of the guy. Or she might claim she's single. She might have a dude. You never know. You never know. Women will tell you anything a lot of times just to get you out their face. They'll tell you anything. Oh yeah, da, 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 and there's a whole lie, but they just want you out their face. You know what I'm saying? So it just be like that sometimes. Don't take it too personal. If this girl don't respond to your inbox, don't curse her out. Don't say "f you itch." That's why don't get nasty. They looking for that. They test you. They want to see if you gonna break and start acting weird or crazy or something. They test you a lot of time. But even still, they testing you. But I'm gonna be real too, ladies. Keeping it real. If you're really interested, the simple hi back will go a long way if you're interested. But you shouldn't be looking and then never responding to test somebody unless there's a reasonable time frame involved. Meaning, if he messaged you, I'm kind of talking to the ladies, which I kind of shouldn't. But anyway, fellas, just take it as a learning lesson. If she sees your message, if you met her Saturday, you message her Monday without doing anything, versus you never inboxed her like I suggested, just inboxed her the first time on Monday, just for example, and she sees it and she doesn't respond, but yet y'all had a good exchange the Saturday where you thought you made like she has high interest and she just looks at it. Just take it as she's changed her mind. Women do that. Women do that because if she's interested, she will respond. She would acknowledge them that she'll like it, she'll heart it, she'll say something to know that she's received it and she's interested in it. Or she'll say hi, hey, how's it going? What's up? She'll say something to you. But for her to never acknowledge it is a potential sign to me as a man. And you could be patient and wait a week. So if you message her Monday, she's seen it. Wait a week, and then not even just a week. Just wait. You never know. She could respond. Could play these little stupid games. Women have games they play. Remember, like I said, women without kids, a lot that's cute, have egos. They don't want to seem desperate. Oh, I'm not gonna say. Even if I like this guy, I don't want to seem desperate. I don't want to think I'm desperate. So I ain't got nobody. So I'm gonna make him wait. It's possible. It's possible. So don't say like she'll never hit you back. You never know. If y'all follow each other, there's still an outside chance that she maybe one day will either like your picture or inbox you back. So there's that possibility. Don't blow up her inbox every day. Oh, you got my message. You see it? Don't do stuff like that. Don't do that. Please don't do that. If you want to send one message and then a closeout message if she's seen it, oh, hey, I see you got my message. It was nice talking to you. Please hit me back when you get a chance. You want to do something like that? That's fine. That's fine. You want to say something witty as a closeout message? Don't be too goofy or silly, but and leave it like that. And she doesn't respond. She's not interested. Like I said, sometimes women that are attractive with no kids, they have egos, and they know they get approached by a lot of men, so they just don't care. Like I said, it's a lot tougher these days dealing with those women. And like if you talk, I'm in my mind, I'm saying seven, eights, nines, and tens. Sixes, fives, fours, threes, twos, and ones. Those are layups. They wouldn't give you no hard time. They'll be dying to get information out of you. It'd be a lot easier. That's what some men even like women like that. They don't want seven, eights, nines, and ten because it's a hassle. It can be a hassle. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It can be a hassle dealing with the more attractive women, especially with no kids. It's never gonna be easy, especially when they're in the city. It's not easy. Not easy. If you meet them in certain settings versus others, it's easier depending on where you meet them at. And we're gonna address that in another video. That's another video for another time about different settings on where to meet women that's better and worse. But yes, I've been talking for 30 minutes, over 30 minutes. Where are the likes and the comments? Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't. It's your boy DJ 2K Nitro, man. I'm here live. Trying to give y'all some advice on some things. You know what I'm saying? Like we in here. Shout out to everybody watching. Shout out to everybody on the live, on the check-in. I appreciate everybody that's on the live, on the check-in. We're here talking about dealing with women with no kids, what to expect and how to deal with them. So if you haven't, this your first time on the page, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I'm giving y'all as much game as I can give y'all, because I'm a dude that has experience with these ladies for a long time. So you're getting good information that you can take into your day-to-day life. All right, y'all. But yes, single woman with no kids, depending on how I track from a 7 up, they're gonna be a lot harder to tie down. This is why men, also what you can control is your style. So make sure your style is correct when you're approaching these women. Make sure you got your cologne game on point. Make sure you work on your gag, what comes out of your mouth. That could be end all be all for you with these women, any women, what come out your mouth. If something good come out your mouth, even if she has a low attraction level off rip, but if your gag game is strong, it increases your odds on at least getting your foot in the door. And what I mean foot in the door is going out with her. I will say I get it. Sometimes these women are intimidating, depending on how beautiful they are, but that's just why you need practice. You gotta always own it. You gotta say to yourself, I'm the man. She's supposed to be scared of me, not me scared of her. I'm the man. She is the woman. I'll say this all the time. Women's supposed to melt in your hands like butter. They supposed to melt in your hands like butter, man. You want a woman melting, literally, not literally, but melting in your aura, in your presence. That's how you, in any capacity, what a woman you're dealing with. You want her to be like melting, literally. Like you could see her, you're sitting in the chair and she's sitting on the couch next to you, or you both on the couch and she's like sliding down, like melting. Like that's how you literally want her to be at times. I've got women to that point. They just melting. They're like bubbly eye over you. Now, of course, if she just met you, she might not feel that way, but that's the ultimate outcome. And a lot of times it goes with what come out your mouth. But you don't want to over talk. You don't want to over talk these women. You don't want to do that. You want to try to get to the point. It's because you got things to do. She got things to do. That's why I say try to get the number, and you'll go from there, as opposed to sealing the deal and what have you going further. But Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff, I really don't really like it. I really don't. I hate it actually as a form of connecting. I've heard it. I've listened in other spaces and women talk about, I prefer to give my Instagram. That works for me. I just sit there. I be like, oh my gosh, it don't work. There's been. I can't even tell you how little that's ever worked for me. Now, if it works for you, do your thing. I'm not here to tell you anything that doesn't work for you. If it works for you, anything I'm saying that you feel has worked for you, that continue it. But the Instagram stuff is a very slippery slope, because she gonna see what you got on your page. She gonna scroll and she might see one little thing and it's over. Oh, she's instantly turned off like that. Especially like I said, she no kids, attractive. The littlest thing. She could be looking through your page with a fine needle just to look for anything, any little red flag. Oh, he's into this. Oh, I'm good. Cause I told you, these women will have egos. They will have the pick of the litter. They will feel that they could get the best of the best men. There's always some Prince Charming waiting outside their door when they open up their door. They're gonna disqualify you in the littlest things. That's why I say I don't really like the Instagram thing. Instagram should be exchanged down the line, on a date. You think the date's going well, then you could do something like that, or even down even further. Try to prolong it as long as you can. That's my advice personally. Try to prolong it, the social media exchange, as long as you can. Even better if you could get it after you done got the cheeks. Then who gives a damn after that as much? You know what I'm saying? You got the cheeks. Um, I'm reading the comments. Feel free to drop any questions as I do this live. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the comments. I try to read those that I feel are reflective of what I'm talking about. But these women will disqualify you off the littlest thing if they find it. Especially like I said, they have options. And single women with no kids have a lot of, especially the ones that look good. They in good shape. A lot of options. Dudes, especially in the city, dudes will simp to levels you won't even understand, and it just like it makes it very hard to compete. And again, this is why men don't go a lot of times for the seven, eights, nines, or 10. Uh, yes, they do. They do. They will creep to new lows of the simping and just doing all type of goofy stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it's like if you're a man of character, if you're a man of morals, you just will refuse to compete no matter how beautiful what the woman is. And there's ways around it. Yeah, you might not get that woman, but you can get another woman just as beautiful if you really know what to do and how to go about these things. So these guys are just too desperate, and they go and they again these women understand there's so many of these desperate men out there that will just and they will say the most. That's another thing that women are expecting of you a lot of times, and they trying to wait and see if you're gonna do it. They'll even give you an Instagram to see if you're gonna say some weirdo shit in the inbox. Oh man, let me eat your butt. These are things women say to me all the time. These men just hit like on Facebook or any platform where men could just randomly inbox a woman. They will say the most strangest things, or they'll send tip pictures. You know what I'm saying. And it's just like, what are y'all doing? Why do y'all do this, guys? We gotta stop this. And again, I've never done it, so I don't know if it even would work. But I wouldn't even try to do it. Meaning saying I'm gonna eat some girl's groceries, or I'm gonna send them a random tip pitch that I don't even. I'm not doing. We don't do that. They send me pictures, random pictures. I don't send women. They send it to me. I get the ching, and then it's like, oh, this, you. They do that to me. I don't do that to them. They do that to me. You know what I'm saying? So no. My phone is full of pictures, boy, full of pictures from all types of women. I got on my phone from women sending me pictures, man. You could get them too. If you're not getting them, you can get them. Just make sure you following, liking, and subscribing. We gonna get you there, man. So you get them too, man. Because it's not super hard out here, but you gotta be, you gotta just resonate something of positivity, something like you're about something, not some like just low level kind of vibration stuff. But I'm gonna explain it. If y'all want me to explain these things, please like, please comment, please subscribe. We're gonna break it down. We're gonna get into it. We gotta go step by step though, because I don't want to give you all of it in one day. I'll be on this live for 5 hours, so I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually gonna go in a little while. But I see we got 22 people up in here, and I didn't see no likes popping up on the screen. I don't have no likes yet. I don't have no new subscribers, at least that I know of. So make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're liking what I'm saying. I'm still trying to break down how you combat these things. When you deal with women with no kid that's attractive, I'm not talking about unattractive women. Unattractive women with no kids, do your thing, fella. Just approach and give her your name, get the number, and do what you want to do. It's fairly simple. Nothing to actually discuss with that women like that. No offense, like that's just how you do it. You just want to talk to her for whatever reason. Just go approach and get the number and go about your business. After that, she might even call you that same day. It's happened. Women will call the text. Oh, word, damn, she hit me up that fast. Shit, it's happened. It can happen. You know what I'm saying? But Would a 7, 8, 9, or 10 do it? Maybe again, if you got dude, she might, but it's not. It's a low chances of it. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, these women, especially these days, are egotistical. They get pumped to so much stuff that makes them feel like they're superior to men and just the world, and they do no wrong. They perfect. They get pumped to so much stuff, boy. So they have no reason to pursue you at all. A lot of times, and that goes into what you should do. What you can do is just not even deal with them. That's another option. Not saying you shouldn't, but you don't have to. She could be cute. Okay, you cute. Cool. And you know what I'm saying? And I mean, yeah, if she come up to you, hey, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? You make eye contact with her. Hey, what's up? Come here. You know, you could ask for her to come here. If she say you come to her, then it's up to you what you want to do from there. You want to go to her, or she come to you. Either way, you make the approach, and you know you go from there. If once she open up the door, but she don't open up the door, just keep it moving. Because like I said, a lot of times it's hard. That's why clubs is not really the best place. Although I DJ, I used to DJ in clubs a lot. I don't do as much clubs as I used to in my younger days, but that's why I could give you some pointers and things that I've seen. So I've seen a lot of things in the club. Anyway, clubs. If you meet in a club, she could expect you to buy a drink, and could be using you for a drink. Once the drink is here, good, thank you, walk away. You be like, I done bought your drink, I ain't get nothing. This is why you gotta be careful. Or hey, she might, and at times women get a drink from you and you get the number, she'll never pick up, she'll never text back. She done got you for a drink. That's why I said sometimes women say, oh, I don't want to give up my number. This is 2024. If you don't like what I have to say, you just delete me, block me, and you'll never hear from me again. But you know, again, it's up to you if you want to push in with that stuff. I personally don't really want the Instagram stuff too soon. You could lie and say I don't have social media. I don't be on social media like that. That's not the thing you can say. You can lie, just straight up lie. Say hey, I don't have social media. But then it could come up down the line. You know, if you do, you know, deal with her after that. Let's say hypothetically, because you taking what I'm saying, social media, then you lie and say I don't have social media. Then she give you the number. Then y'all hang out. And then y'all get serious at some point. And then she like, oh, you do got social media. Why you lie? Now she gonna question everything you done told her. So it depends on if you want to start on a lie. That's up to you. If you just want to kill, meaning you just want to smash, then who cares? Then lie. Hey, I just want to smash. I don't really care. So I'm a lie. Say I don't have social media, so she could give me the number. More likely give me. There's no guarantee she gonna give you the number either, but. Because that could then we don't stay in touch. Then you don't have social media, and then I'm not giving out my number. That's the risk you running with that. So that's up to you. You could say that and see if it works. But then even still, oh damn, I don't want to lose her. Then you know what? I do got social media. Then she's like, why you ain't want to give it to me? Why you play it? These are things you gotta be crazy. You got to be aware of when you start with lies. That's why I personally wouldn't suggest you lying, but if that's something you can technically do, but I wouldn't recommend it because it could start a chain reaction of bad things. Because like I said, women will just look for the littlest things to disqualify, the smallest things. I tell you, even what you say can be used against you. They're like the police. What you say can be used against you. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be mindful what you say. And I get it. Some women, especially the attractive, they want you to come with your A+++ game and try to get... That stuff is like, oh my God. But you normally get that from women in the cities, the major cities. New York, Vegas, Florida, Miami, you know, Texas, Dallas. Big major cities, women gonna expect you to come with your attractive, gonna expect you to come with your A++ game and lay down some crate. I'm just like, who's doing all this? I'm not. Me right now, I'm not, because I personally, hey, if I lose you, I lose you. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. But I get it. There's some woman that's so gorgeous, you don't want to lose her. But if you're a man of just abundance, you kind of don't really stress it too deep. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a busy guy, so a lot of times I don't really have a lot of time right now anyway to give to a lot of women. I only have time to get to some women that are really just um, willing to do the things that I want them to do or follow my program. If they're not really on my program, I don't really have time for them. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay. Psh, next one up, next woman up. That's me though. Everybody is not me. I want y'all to be more abundant in y'all ways of moving, ways of thinking, ways of operating. I'm not perfect now. Don't get it twisted. There's some days I have my L's, but we're gonna talk about that. That's gonna be another topic of the video, taking L's aside. But as I continue, make sure you're hitting that like and subscribe button if you haven't. If you have any questions, I will take questions for the next 10 minutes. If not, I'm gonna end the live soon, and we're gonna talk about another topic another day, and maybe you can revisit this another day if you guys liked it. But if you guys liking it, or if you have any questions for me, feel free to drop. This is the time now for you to drop questions for me to that focusing on the topic at hand. We're talking about dating women or dealing with women with no kids, what to expect. And we're talking about attractive women. We're not talking about fives, fours, threes, really 6.5 and up. Okay, because I will talk to a 6.5 and up, depending on what her body look like. You know, her face might not have to be like a perfect 8, but or her face has to be nice, and her body could be smashable, but not like a 7, 8, 9, or 10 body. But and I might mess with it. But anything 6.5 and up, anything lower than that, nah, me personally. But you do what works for you. But also, too, what I want to say is, since we have no questions, I'll continue dealing with them. Sometimes you have to feed into that ego. Oh yeah, you're beautiful. Oh, you're this. Just pump them. That don't mean you're gonna be spending money on them. Spend a whole bunch of money on them at that. That means you just be feeding into. You're so beautiful, beautiful, sexy, gorgeous, whatever you want to say. You know, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That might trigger something in their ego, and they get them to react to it. But then you gotta be mindful of that, because not say you shouldn't do it. Just be mindful. At some point, it's gonna get played out. It's gonna get played out. So if you keep with that, it's gonna. Oh, you just trying to game me. You don't really believe that. You're just trying to da da da. So be careful of saying that too much. So don't overdo it. Don't oversay it. Say it sporadically. Don't, or randomly. You know what? You're so gorgeous. You're so beautiful. I'm glad. That's as if you actually get a chance to handle it. You're so beautiful. I'm so glad you and I connected. I personally don't even. I like to say it, but not that much, because it just feeds the ego. But you gotta feed it a little more with dealing with no kids. So you gotta throw them more bones. You know, yes, you're beautiful. Yes, you're good. Feed into it, but make sure if you're doing it, you're getting something out of it. Meaning you're getting dates, you're kissing her, you're having sex. By all means, let it flow, because now you have to remember, if you don't tell her she's beautiful or how attractive she is, and she's attractive with no kids, somebody else is going to, and she gonna listen to them. He don't tell me that I'm beautiful no more. He don't tell me how attractive he is to me. How attractive he is to me. But these guys be saying it all the time. She gonna be listening to those guys, and then she might find a guy that she really like, and she gonna be over there, and she be like, you don't. Then it's gonna come up in an argument. You never tell me I'm beautiful no more. You don't even talk. This is how women are with the egos. So just be mindful of that, but don't wear it out. Just don't, because then it's gonna become you. That's all you. That's all you ever tell me. You don't tell me. You never notice my hair, or you never notice this, or you just say that just to say that. I don't believe you. This is how women can be. I'm telling you. So just be careful of that. Just be mindful of that. All right. But yes, they're gonna need a little bit more to stroke the ego, what it's called, stroking their egos, to get them to kind of get you to get your foot in the door. And then once your foot in the door, you want to use that gorgeous, beautiful stuff when you're hitting them cheeks. You don't. That's when you want to really drill it in their brain, because it's gonna turn them off. It's almost like seducing them. Yeah, and you get your grown man voice on in their ear as you hitting it, and then that's when you tell them. And then again, I mentioned my last, but that's when you then bring it up if they ever say, "You never tell me, man. I was telling you that last night when I was da 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 da." So you just gotta remember these things. So just be mindful of that, and it will help. But the point is, it depends on what you want. If you want these women, just know what to expect a lot of times. And unfortunately, fellas, I'm gonna say another thing. Before I get into it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe the video if you're enjoying the content. I see a lot of people in here, not a lot of likes. So I don't know if you're agreeing or disagreeing with what I have to say, but make sure you like, commenting, and you're welcome to this to comment as well and subscribe. So we gonna wrap this up real soon. I don't see a lot of questions in the comment section going on, so I'm assuming y'all just listening, which is fine. Um, but money. I mentioned it before as kind of a bad thing, but when you deal with them, just make sure you have a budget in mind. So if she's attractive and you get your foot in the door somehow, and I would suggest drinks. I like drinks or affordable restaurant on a first date. I like Fridays personally. If there's a Fridays nearby, great. Let's go to Friday. Boom. You know what I'm saying? So that's me. I'll do Fridays because I'm not trying to do $200-300 meals. You know what I'm saying? Fridays get the job done. I think most people, not even just when most people like Fridays and they have decent food and everything like that. But if she don't go for it, that's up to you what you want to do, man. I personally want to go above the budget with I mean, if she's a 9 or 10, I those we're gonna address that another day, because 9 or 10 is a whole nother animal to deal with a woman. So that requires even more game. That's gonna take more time to break down dealing with 9s and 10s. But let's just say a 7 or 8 or 6.5. They should have no issue going to a Fridays, no issue at all. And it's really gonna boil down to uh, if there's an alternative. If they don't like Fridays, try to deal with something. Applebee's. I don't really like Applebee's, but if they like Applebee's, hey, go for it. Whatever. Again, someplace inexpensive with drinks, and you could just, even if you want to be the one to go inexpensive, you can be the one to just do drinks and get an appetizer, and she can get whatever. But I would even push for drinks. Push for someplace like a bar. Bar with drinks. But see, this is the problem nowadays. Men take advice and women notice all they get is drinks. Everybody just want to take me up. So they see the game. That's why I say you gotta be a little different. Offer a premium, low value place, restaurant. Because everybody's doing drinks now. Drinks. Oh, he just want to take me out drinks so he could get me drunk so he could have sex with me. I'm telling you, just like we got games and strategies and yada 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 and discuss stuff, they do the same thing. They do the exact same thing. So, and they strategize and encountering and oh, don't go on no. If he offer you a drink date, don't go with him, girl. Don't accept that. So it's one of those things. Yes, suggest drinks. She declines to say, well, we could do Applebee's. Yes, we could do Fridays. Whatever little low level chain. No, it's not low level, but I think there's lower levels than that. But simple, like, we don't really know each other yet. I still want to just take you out, get to know you. Let's just go here then. This if you really like her and stuff like that. If you want to just stay firm on the drinks and she don't go for it, hey, do you? I'm not gonna say go above that if you don't feel it. But Fridays is cheap. Applebee's is cheap. You know what I'm saying? You spending like $50, so you know what I'm saying, or $60. So if you working, that's nothing. But and yeah, she want to take your food and never see you again. At least you lost $60. You ain't lose a whole like $300, $400, $500. Like that's just crazy for a first date. Never, never. Although we'll talk about the nines and tens one day. We'll get there. And but yeah, that's what I would do. And hopefully she'll go for, or if you know an inexpensive place that serves quality drinks and good food at a premium rate, take them there. It don't have to be a name brand. I just name stuff that we all know. It don't have to be a name brand place. It could be a mom and pop's kind of restaurant with good food and inexpensive drink. You want to take her there because you have a good relationship with the ownership or whatever, and it's cheap, and they'll spike the hell out them drinks. Go for it. Do it. Take her there. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, if you want to keep the price low, you then don't eat too. I mean, you don't eat a lot. You just drink. You'll have a drink and maybe get her 2 drinks and some food. Like, oh no, I ate before. Keep the price down. You know what I'm saying? But on that date, you want to make sure that you definitely try to. If this is where if you have your own place, it's great. Because if you have your own place, you get her drunk, you have a good time, you invite her back to your place, and you go from there. If you have a place, I know if guys follow other dating coaches or other male channels, they'll suggest that I condone that, I support it, do that. All she do is say no, and you go on to the next time you see her and stuff like that. But she, and that's another positive I didn't mention. When they don't have no kids, they have an unlimited amount of time to spend with you. They're more, unless they have a go to work next day. But even that's still, not that much of a hindrance. That's another plus with dealing with women. You could take them out on a date at 7. They don't have to go home until they feel like going home. Technically, because what are they? Unless they have a job next day, they could stay out as late as they want. Ones with kids, you can't do that. I have to get home to my daughter or my son, and so they have a curfew a lot of times. So that's another thing that's positive, and they could spend a night, and then if they go from your house straight to work, get them to work. I don't know what this black legend. I don't know what you're talking about, man. You don't come on here with no hating stuff, man. I don't know what you're talking about. And we're gonna delete that. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, we do know if you come with some stupid stuff, I do have the power to delete your comments. So come on, man. Please don't do that. Don't do that. I'm not saying nothing crazy. I'm just giving the fellas the game. But anyway, some game if that needs it. And make sure you like, comment, subscribe. DJ 2K Nitro. We here. We up in here. I'm trying to see anything else I could cover. Well, I got you. We got 21 people in here. We had upwards of 40 people in here at a time, which is good. I'm glad you guys are here responding, watching my content. Make sure you check out all my content. Make sure you check out all my videos. I have a lot of different stuff on here. If there's any questions, I will answer them pertaining to this subject matter. I'll do my best to answer as best I can. Just remember, keep it positive. Keep it, keep it G. You know what I'm saying? And that's all we got. That's all I got to say, and that's all we got to give. Just the realness. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody that's been on the live, that's been following me, that's subscribing. I appreciate y'all. Get your positivity. I'm trying to just support fellow man as best I can. Yeah, you go with your preferences. Stay. If you want to deal with a woman with kids, more power to you. You don't want to deal with women with kids. You want to deal with one without kids. More power to you. It's your life. It's your choice. You do what you want. You should just understand, if you're new to this, what to expect. One is not better than the other necessarily. It just depends on how you look at it, what you want. Every man wants different things. I'm an older guy, and guys in my age range don't mind dealing with women with kids, versus women without kids. People a little younger prefer women without kids. So it's preferences a lot of times. And although I don't have kids, I would prefer, of course, a woman without kids over a woman with kids. But that don't mean I would not date a woman with kids, given my age. So everybody has preferences. Everybody has things that they prefer and not prefer. So I just want you to know what to expect and what I've experienced a lot of times. Women with kids tend to be a little bit more easier to do. Their egos is not as high, so they're gonna be more willing to hear you out. Versus a woman with kids that's attractive is gonna be a little bit more. Like I said, you guys, depending on when you meet them, spit that A game to even break down their barriers to give you a chance. Or you gotta be, have a whole bunch of something glamorous to kind of attract them to you, and then. But where you start at is where you tend, meaning if you spend a lot of money on this girl, you're gonna always spend a lot of money on this girl. You don't spend no money, you could gradually spend money, versus, because women are always an expense. There's never a time women is not an expense. I don't care what no woman say. And maybe she's unattractive, so she'll trick on you or something like that. But any attractive woman, fellas, unfortunately, you have to pay something. I'm not saying you have to spend a whole bunch of money, but we have to spend something to deal with them. So just be mindful of that too, and know if she's attractive, at some point, depending on where her mentality is, you're gonna have to spend. But you want to spend gradually, and you want to make sure if you're spending, you're getting something in return. You don't want to just be spending, and getting nothing in exchange for your money. And you, of course, you always want to keep it within your budget, especially if she's not contributing nothing financially to whatever you want to do with her. Yeah, I get it. Beautiful women, you want to show them off and go here and take them there and do this. I get it. I get it. I feel you on that, but gotta be smart. All right. But I see the numbers fluctuating. No questions coming in. I'm already an hour in on this one. I think I'm about to wrap it up. I'll leave about 10, 15 seconds to see if anybody have any questions to add, any concerns, any things we had going on that you want to dispute or talk about or say, and we could definitely talk about it real fast if you like. If not, I'm about to end it. Although I appreciate everybody in this chat. I mean, the longer y'all talk, the longer I'll stay. But if nobody has anything else to add or stay, I will close it out. So just know that. But I want you guys to interact with women. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see an attractive woman, go for it. Just make sure you're not like stumbling on your words, babbling. I know it's hard. Some women are so beautiful, and you feel like, oh my gosh, she. A lot of times, especially, this is the positive about what's going on sometimes too, which is good and bad. A lot of times, women are not getting approached no more. So when you do something different, they're more responsive to it. But you gotta just be, you know, when you do that, make sure you get, like I said, the number. You want the number, and even still, you want to be able to have some type of dialogue, so that's at least you hanging out with this girl. So you don't want to, the number is not even your foot in the door, in my opinion. That's just you knocking at the door. But everybody have their phone on them. So I don't want to ever hear no woman say nothing about the phone is not important. Like, the phone number is not important. Women are always on the phone. Women are not always on Instagram, but they always have their phone with them. So if you calling, you texting or whatever, they getting it. If it's the right number, they getting it. And so, but you want to make a good first impression with what comes out your mouth, and that's gonna always have you a higher chance to see her again or hang out with her. It increases your odds. Try not to say nothing weird. Try not to say nothing stupid that's gonna like make her think like you're a weirdo or something like that. Always try to talk to these women with some type of confidence. Don't leave with your wallet and your money. Try not to, because then they're gonna expect you to pay as you talking. Oh, what was all that stuff talking about? And you just be careful with that. All right. But yeah, I see the numbers going down. No questions coming. This is your boy. I'm about to end it. This is your boy DJ 2K Nitrous. Another one in the books. Appreciate all the likes, the comment, and I hope that you subscribe. Until the next time we speak, be safe, y'all. Peace.